I was born here. I was born in Tulsa on a very hot day, August of 1938. And I always had in my mind, if you want to do something, important and worthwhile and make a contribution, you go in the military. I got an NRCTC scholarship to Oklahoma University, and while I was there, I went to NAS Dallas 1 week and competed for the Naval Academy and got a presidential appointment to the Naval Academy. Wanted to go Navy Air, I did, went Navy Air and managed to get jets. And thought it was great fun flying the jets off the carrier until I was being shot at. Initially, after flight training, I joined my squadron, Attack Squadron 22, the Fighting Redcocks, and flying the A4C back in that day. I actually was not shot down. The bombs that I was carrying, 250-pound Mark 81 bombs, they were World War II bombs that we were using. I had a brand new system, electrical fusing system on my airplane that had not been tried out before, but I went out that night, or a night flight, with my wingman, and when I rolled in on a line of trucks in a 45-degree dive and about 3,000 feet, and I hit the bomb release button, the pickle button, and when that happened, my airplane blew up. The bombs were supposed to ring in 6 to 10 feet above the ground, which would make them more lethal to trucks and personnel. But what happened was they rung in 6 feet below my airplane, and they blew the wings off and the aft empennage, and I was in a cockpit whirling and like that, rapidly transgressing at 500 knots towards the ground. And I was probably pulling 3 negative G's, because in that cockpit I could feel myself thrown up against the canopy. But I managed to get the auxiliary ejection handle, and out I went. And at that point, my life changed forever. Going out at 500 knots is not good on man or material, and apparently my parachute shredded, parts of it shredded. But fortunately, again, being the luckiest guy on the planet, still I saved myself. I went through a canopy of trees. These trees were probably 150 to 200 feet high, and I went down through these trees, and the limbs, the branches of the trees caught my parachute risers and saved my life. And I went through, hit the ground, and then bounced back up because my parachute was holding me up about 8 or 10 feet off the ground. I was just dangling there in the pitch black night, and I could hear sirens and cars and everything. So I knew I had to get out of that position and get going. I had to escape and evade, because I was not in friendly territory. I was in North Vietnam, just north of Vinh City in North Vietnam. And you can tell by looking at me now, I don't fit in there with those guys, So they were definitely after me. The next 4 days and nights were exciting. I would jog and run down pathways that I found, trying to head myself towards Laos, as I had been briefed. And at night, and then during the daytime, I would hide out from the enemy. And I managed to evade capture for 4 days and nights before I was finally captured. Quite a long experience, almost 8 years, 2,855 days and nights as a POW. All kinds of treatment, almost all of it either neutral or very bad. My first view of the Hanoi Hilton, they took my blindfold off and let me see over the gate that we were going through. The Vietnamese were very democratic about their treatment. They kicked all of us around and treated us all badly. The people that really are important to me is not me. I feel it's an honor for me to be inducted with the guys of the USS Oklahoma. 429 beautiful young men are at the bottom of the ocean in Pearl Harbor, from the USS Oklahoma. They're the ones who gave it all.